Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, audio looks good. What's going on, guys? Vega here from SerpentX Special Forces. We will have our fully scheduled program of Caffeine and Crypto today. Last weekend was a bit rough for me, but thank you for coming over and hanging out. Things are a little bit mixed up today, but introductions, because I know a lot of people actually catch this after the live stream. I appreciate those of you who came over from Crypto Macau, as well as any of you who join us live during the stream. But for the people in the future, this is Caffeine and Crypto. My name is Vega. This is SerpentX Special Forces, and we do the show every Saturday around usually like 12 p.m. But obviously today I'm an hour early. Why is that? Well, I'm early because we have the Aeon Poker Tournament coming up, and my buddy Red Panda Mining is going to be going on before the stream, or before the poker tournament, which is at 3:10 p.m. Eastern Standard, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, and 12 p.m. Pacific. And he is on Pacific. Can't talk today. So he's basically going on after me, is what it boils down to. So if you don't catch us live, make sure you check out the various streams that we got going on every Saturday. You know, like, what is it? Saturday morning cartoons, we call it Saturday morning crypto. So Crypto Macau goes on, then Red Panda Mining usually, and then me. But Red will sometimes switch depending on his schedule, his family needs as well. And then poker tournaments like this. So if you haven't signed up, you should be already signed up. I believe if you don't by a specific time before 3 p.m., you will not be able to make it, because you got to have it loaded up and ready to go and stuff, and registered and all that stuff. So a couple bounties on here. This bounty for our brother Savage Mine has been donated. Unfortunately, he will not be joining us, and if you guys aren't aware of what happened to Savage Mine, you guys really need to keep up. Really great guy. We love him. And there's other people in this tournament that you can knock out and get some good bounties. Now, for me specifically, I may have something that I have to do for my parents. Those in the community that already know what's going on, I need to help my parents. So my bounty may be easy, but I'm not gonna make it easy for you. So if you want to knock me out, great. Come on, bring it. But yeah, Aeon Poker Tournament coming up. Not much to join. Also, what's really cool is when you open up PokerStars, the application, if you log in ever so often, you can actually claim free chips. So it doesn't really cost much, and plus you get enough chips to start or register for this poker tournament. So the market, what's going on? Well, it's not doing anything special. Just sitting between this 34K to 28K area. It's not just sitting around, and it's making me disappointed because we need to push up. Because we just keep sitting here, we might fall, and I don't like that. But good morning to Gundy, Crypto Macau, Crypto Bedell, Red Panda, and I can't pronounce your name, forgive me. But I'll say Demaro instead. You're from Venezuela. Thank you for watching all the way from Venezuela. I hope you guys are doing good over there in that country. Hope crypto is an answer to a all the craziness that is happening for my Hispanic community down south. But yeah, Bitcoin's not really doing too good. I mean, Ethereum had a little pump up or push up to 2200 area, and then unfortunately has been back down. So we got mild green across the board, nothing too special. As you can see again, we've been hitting this 32, 32, 32. I'm tired of 32, I really am. All the way back from the 27th of June, coming around here. The top of the 32s earlier. We keep hitting 32 and bouncing up. So I mean, that's great support. That's wonderful. But at the same time, kind of like a resistance. When we push up and hit the resistance, and we keep hitting it, we usually fall. If we're gonna keep hitting the support level, we may fall through it. So hopefully we can push up and get some gains and start seeing what's going on. So moving on, what's going on in the news? South Africa, Keith, what's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Most of the news articles that I will be going through in today's video, or in most of my streams, I usually put them inside the actual description as I go. So if you don't see them right now, you will if you're watching live. If not, and you're watching in the future, they should be down there if you want to go ahead and read through most of it. But I'm not going to get every single one. Just FYI, just kind of go through a couple of stories that I think are relevant, that you should be keeping an eye on, even if it's not crypto mining related, and then kind of go from there. All right, so I got the first two saved in the description if you want to open that up and look through it with me. If not, I'll read it to you. Not the whole thing, but just bits and pieces. Bitcoin analysis says supply shock underway as BTC withdrawal rate spikes to one-year highs. The supply shock is being unnoticed, similar to Q4 of 2020 before the price of Bitcoin skyrocketed, says Willy Woo. Bitcoin silently readying for a breakout like Q4 2020. So Willy Woo, the on-chain analysis, anticipates a potential supply shock in Bitcoin market as long-term holders continue raking BTC supply from short-term ones. Woo stated on Friday newsletter that the process might push more Bitcoin out of circulation. So we're withdrawing from various exchanges, whatever, to our own private wallets, with the expectation of hodling or holding those crypto assets rather than it being inside the circulating supply. The analyst referred to a ratio of Bitcoin held by strong hands versus weak hands, also known as Bitcoin supply ratio, noting that that the former is actively absorbing selling pressure from whales who have been dumping their crypto holdings since February. You see the chart here, if I make it a little bit bigger. It's kind of, top one, which is, well, it would be nice if you guys give me a grid here, but it looks like top one is outflows. I don't know what to see. Let's see here. BTC availability on exchanges is declining. Okay, so the decline is the availability of BTC on exchanges, while the blue is the supply. Or excuse me, the green is supply to a supply shock. Blue is respect to supply. So anyway, supply is dropping. People are taking money off the exchanges. This is something that he sees or saw in Q4 2020, and also states that pundits were debating whether BTC was an inflation hedge in a post-COVID world when the data was pointing to a long-term investors stacking BTC at a fast pace. We're also seeing new active users rising while Bitcoin withdrawal transactions hit an all-time high. Let's take a look at this real quick. So spot exchange outflows transaction counts. So black is price, red is transactional count outflow. So we're seeing more people. Obviously, if you see more people taking their money out of the exchanges, they believe in Bitcoin as a long-term position. They want to protect their assets, because I always say, or Crypto Mikkel, and many of us always say, not your keys, not your coins, right? So if you're keeping it on an exchange and something goes wrong with that exchange, you can wind up losing all those assets. So yeah. I don't recommend keeping your money, especially long-term, on an exchange. Now, if you're going to go there and do some spot trading real quick, go for it. But don't leave it there, okay? Now, another thing that we have going on here, so that was a little bit of positive news, but on the negative scale side of things, is Bitcoin in danger of losing the 30K mark with Grayscale's big GBTC unlocking in 2 weeks. Now, this article was written on the 3rd. So let's count 2 weeks from the 3rd. So 1, 2. So it'll be next weekend, next Caffeine and Crypto. We'll take a look at where Bitcoin is at that time. Whether a potential sell-off of shares tied to the multi-billion-dollar Bitcoin investment fund could crash the cryptocurrency spot prices has turned into a hotly debated topic among the analysts in the space. Now, I would think if I'm because when going into Grayscale, you kind of have to have money and a decent amount of money. I would think that those individuals are smart enough to realize that they should be holding those assets. They get the unlocking, they have their crypto assets or whatever. And I'm not sure if that's exactly how it works because, again, I'm not at that scale with them. But I would be holding my assets rather than selling off my assets, right? So we'll have to see how that pans out. If anything, they might sell, 10, 20% of their holdings if it's in profits, and then kind of go from there. The argument concerns Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, the world's largest digital asset manager that allows the institutional investors to gain indirect exposure in the Bitcoin market through its product, GBTC. Investors purchase GBTC shares directly via Grayscale and daily private placements by paying in either Bitcoin or US dollar. Nevertheless, investors can sell their GBTC shares only after a 6-month lockup period in secondary markets to other parties. Therefore, they anticipate liquidating of the premium when the market price at the time of scale crosses, or the sale crosses over the native asset value. What does this say? So this is Bybit, Grayscale Investments BTC Premium. Again, where's the chart? You guys gotta give me a key here, man. Come on, man. Gotta give me a key. Gotta tell me. There it is. All right. So market price is the teal. Holdings is light blue. Premium is purple. So we see a drop in holdings. We see a drop in market price. And a slight curve up on the premium. Whatever. I don't think the Bitcoin price is correlated to the Grayscale unlock dates, but I mean, when you have that amount of supply, then it can have some form of an impact. All right, so it's GBTC shares that were scooped up by investors at around 40% premium in December 2020. The month saw Grayscale Bitcoin Trust attract inflows of $2 billion, followed by $1.7 billion in January. That means that 140K of Bitcoin worth of shares will get unlocked by the end of July, and about 39,000 BTC have already been released between mid-April and mid-June, a period that coincides with the spot BTC USD crash from around 65K to 28K. So, interesting. I don't think that was the sole reason why Bitcoin went down. You can read into this a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and say it was a series of circumstances, kind of like the perfect storm, so to speak, between what's going on right now in China and what's going on in various places or countries throughout the world, as well as, we were just getting way too overextended, in my personal opinion. I could be completely wrong. You may think I'm an idiot, which is completely fine because I am just a guy on the internet. But I think it was a series of different events. We had Elon not shutting up. We had China doing bans. We got probably some of the guys from Grayscale selling some of their, or taking some profits, which that's okay. It's okay to take profits, right? It's okay to take profits. Don't sit there and hodl to damn ship sinks. If you need to, take some profits. I still have some assets that are in my wallets that are dead. They're dead. Like they're not coming back. They're dead. I got 100-some thousand of them, and nothing's gonna happen with it. The project isn't doing anything. So moving on. Bitcoin miners, if you guys need my attention in the chat, please at me or send a super chat. Only send a super chat if you have the funds. If not, it's all good. But I'm just gonna keep going with the news, and probably gonna have to go look up for some more here because they're moving pretty quick. And it's only 11:06. Wow. Bitcoin miners break new ground in Texas as state hailed as the new cryptocurrency capital. Now, if you guys remember what happened to Texas, this is kind of like, okay, are you sure? So, all right, Chad Harris, the CEO of Whinstone, the operator of the largest crypto mine in North America, remembers one of the last times Texas electric power problem became his electric power problem. It's on Wednesday in June, and evening temperatures were hovering around 94 degrees, far higher than what the state usually suffers at that time of year. Texans were churning up their air conditioning in the state's grid, which infamously failed for the days during the cold snap in February. So remember, sometime in the wintertime of Texas, or in Texas, that cold snap froze a lot of power lines and infrastructure, leading to people losing power. And we've even seen icicles on fans inside people's houses. So I'm like, okay, so wait a second. You're gonna want to build a farm there? All right, let's see what's going on. We just got a text saying he's reliving the story in June. We just got a text saying the power grid needs support. Please curtail now, Harris said while standing outside the company's mining center at the old Alaka aluminum facility, about 6 miles outside the central Texas town. Instantly, Whinstone's system went offline. The tens of thousands of computer servers that spin away generating Bitcoin inside 3 long buildings. Supply simply stopped. With the flip of a switch, we turned it off, Harris said. In the world of crypto mining, having all of your computers shut down at once and stay down for hours, as they did in June, sounds like a disaster. Crypto miners compete with one another across the world to generate computer code that results in the production of a single Bitcoin. It's a little bit more complicated than that. And the algorithm that governs Bitcoin's production allows only 6.25 BTC to be produced every 10 minutes or per block. Among the perhaps 70,000 crypto mines that operate around the world, if you're not able to generate the code, but your rivals can, you are out of luck. Basically, find the block. But thanks to the way that Texas power companies deal with large electricity customers like Whinstone, Harris Bitcoin mine, one of the few owned by a publicly traded company, didn't suffer. Interesting. Morning, Richard. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. Instead, the state's electricity operator, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, that's a crazy name, ERCOT, began to pay Whinstone for having agreed to quit buying power amid heightened demand. Interesting. That sort of arrangement has helped helped make the state one of the go-to locations for expanding crypto and entrepreneurs the world over, despite its continued agonizing overpowered shortages. Instead, Whinstone's new owners are undertaking a major expansion of its facility outside Rockdale with the intention of doubling its capacity when fully developed. The crypto mine here is expected to require 750 megawatts of power, enough to power more than 150,000 Texas homes during peak demand. And you can see there's a picture here. So, this ERCOT, Electric Reliability Council of Texas, is paying, if you have a mining facility or a large mining facility in Texas, I'm assuming it's a specific area or certain areas in Texas, maybe not all of Texas, they will pay you to shut down during high demand. Interesting. But is that pay, I mean, that's guaranteed money, yeah, but is that pay more than what you would have made mining Bitcoin? That this article is just intriguing to me. And again, everything that I talk about in this live stream or video, if you're watching in the future, will be linked down in the description. I'm not going to keep going. It does keep going for a minute here, but let's see here. There is the farm, as you can see. So it looks like a bunch of ASICs. All right. So we'll leave it at that. We will leave it at that. So that's very interesting to me. So floor to ceiling, full of hardware or ASICs. But let's keep moving on. All right. So why China's ban on crypto mining is more serious than before? Well, you tell me. Let's find out. In recent weeks, China has come down hard on crypto mining by shuttering operations across at least 5 provinces or regions that are rich in either coal or hydropower. Now, this is nothing new. We've seen this before. But this time it's getting a little bit more hectic. It's getting a little bit more crackdown, or China's cracking down a lot harder on crypto mining than before. Added it to the description. So China's own environmental policy is a key factor in the mining crackdown. Industry pros said specifically China's carbon neutral policy created an energy shortage within the country due to its drastic reduction in coal-fired power, which contributed over 57% of the country's energy use. So they need to go green. They need to become more green rather than relying on coal or carbon fuels. The carbon neutrality policy cuts back on coal power, which has been a major energy source for the country. The digital war, how China's tech, blah 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 blah. This, why are you stop shilling people? China will have to search for the edge of its power grid to make up that gap. China's carbon neutrality policy has two goals. It aims to make the nation carbon emissions peak before 2030 and realize carbon neutrality by 2060, which means reaching net zero carbon dioxide emissions at some point before that deadline. So I have a feeling they're not going to reach their goals, but whatever. According to that policy, China needs to have its carbon dioxide emissions from coal-based power plants by 2030. To that end, it must shut off or retrofit or put into reserve capacity as much as 364 gigawatts of coal-fired power, a third of the country's total, according to a London-based climate data provider. The financial stability and energy security reasons the government would want to crack down on crypto mining and trading. So they got a hard cap here. What does this say? China set the hard cap as carbon emissions and will strive to meet the climate target according to its report. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they're going to. Everybody's got these targets that they want to hit for, reducing carbon emissions, carbon neutrality, whatever the hell you want to call it. But with the uptick in crypto mining and crypto mining farms, I don't think they're going to. And not to mention, it's not just crypto mining farms, right? You got all these electric vehicles. How do you charge these electric vehicles? With something that takes up a big percentage of your carbon emissions. So anything you want, like we could go all electric, right? We could be a society with all electric, right? We got electric vehicles, electric this, electric that, no gas, electric lawnmower. It doesn't matter. To charge those devices, unless we have the infrastructure in place, like solar, hydro, wind, whatever, we still need to burn coal or use fossil fuels in order to charge these devices. So everybody going all electric is, in my opinion, exacerbating the situation rather than helping the situation. This is just my opinion. You're more than welcome to leave a comment down below if you're watching this in the future, or comment in the live chat. But if we all just bought Teslas right now, right? Oh, look, I'm green. I got electric this, I got electric that. But we're charging using fossil fuels. We are not negating. We're probably going to wind up using more fossil fuels to charge our Tesla, to have our few rigs running, to run our AC, to keep our fridge cold, all that stuff. So we need the electrical companies to really step up and implement a system. And I've seen this in Georgia. Georgia, when I drove down the highway, they have a, what was it? So I drove down the highway, and down the whole right side was nothing but solar. It was like fields, like almost like farmland, but fields. And I think they chose that land because that soil maybe have not been good for farming in general, because it's like just hard clay. And it was just nothing but solar farms. Most of it was set up. Most of it was just racks and stuff like that. But we need our electrical companies to step up and start developing or utilizing green resources in order to really, negate the impact. Because now that China's shutting down, right? Now, like, I know you guys seen it. We've got inflows of GPUs being sold on Chinese markets. Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that? A bunch of GPUs are being sold in the Chinese market. I'm not sure if you guys seen that, but with the crackdown, those hardware are being sold at lower than MSRP, and I'm sure by the time it makes it to us, it's going to be just the same price. But either way, China's cracking down because it doesn't want to keep burning the amount of fossil fuels that it's doing, because it was so cheap for miners to mine there. Miners are going to want to come where? Right? We're leaving out the sign, hey, come here, right? And they're going to come here, and then what's going to happen with our grid and our infrastructure, right? This is why the administration of our country, not the Canadians, but really both countries, really need to focus on infrastructure and building up our systems, right? We need redundancy, we need security, and we need power. But we need green power. We don't need this fossil fuel crap, man. Come on. We've been on this world for a long time. Let's go. We need to step up our civilization scale. You want to go to Mars, but you won't fix the problems here. Let's go. Let's get it together, guys. All right. So moving on. My tangent is done. So finance, Redefined, the $500 million bet on ETH 2.0 making waves June 24th to July 1st. Now, this article was written July 3rd. Says, we don't know the identity of the whale that deposited $500 million into Ethereum, but a look at the chain tells us a whole lot about him. Whales can be bashful and clever creatures, but when you manage to catch one in action, it's a sight to behold. Why was that necessary? That was not even necessary. Anyways, a single entity responsible for depositing 100k ETH into the ETH 2.0 contract from 133 different addresses last week. That doesn't sound like a single whale to me. That sounds like somebody is a validator and everybody signed up with them. Kind of like what you can do right now at Coinbase. Because right now on Coinbase, which by the way, if you haven't signed up, the link is in the description. Do not keep your money on there unless you're staking it, which you can do with ETH 2.0. You can start staking ETH 2.0 right now. The problem is you can't touch that until the staking goes live. And we all know how slow Ethereum can sometimes move, so just think twice. Well, Red, I need you to get me some 3080s and 3060 Ti's. Go ahead and get on that. Give your Alibaba contact and have your people call my people, and we'll do lunch. So deposits into the ETH 2.0 staking contract have been picking up as of late, with 100k of ETH pouring into the ETH 2.0 deposit contract on a single day last week. It caught the attention of the crypto space, and like most stories about the on-chain activity, looking at the actual transactions and associated accounts can shed some light on what went down. In this case, it seems that 100k of ETH influx can be tracked or traced back to a single Ethereum address and a wallet that is responsible for funneling upwards of 258k ETH. Woo, buddy. Whoo. Whoo. Okay. All right, searching for the mega whale. Who is the mega bullish ETH in ETH 2.0? Well, I don't care. I really don't care. Moving on. All right. In hopes of getting a quick win, the first place we check, largest total deposits, yada, yada, water strategy. Okay, you just wanted to track it down. Okay, whatever. I don't care about tracking it down. Bear with me here. Planning since... All right. So for those unfamiliar, here we go. So ETH 2.0 is a protocol change that's coming up on Ethereum that's been planned since the launch of Ethereum, switching from proof of work to proof of stake. Proof of stake validators will secure the network and receive Ethereum for doing so. So you're getting paid just for holding your Ethereum. One validator starts off at 32 ETH, which is a lot, and is currently acquired by sending 32 ETH to a deposit contract on the Ethereum mainnet on the current proof of work chain, right? So you need to do this in order to become a validator. You need 32 ETH, which is quite a lot. If ETH was only $100, I would have 32 ETH, but I don't. So sucks to be me. Anyways, if you can't afford that, there are ways to start staking ETH now. But besides Coinbase, the other options that I heard, I don't really know too much about. So I would let you do your own research. But there is a way to do it. So if you can't become a validator, you can at least stake your ETH and earn additional assets on top of what you got. Depositing is a one-way bridge since the full amount of Ethereum, including any interest earned, is not accessible until the network merge, which is currently unlikely to happen in 2022. Late 2022. This is why I said keep your eye on it, because it may not come to fruition quite just yet. So with the same total deposit amount of 800 ETH on the same day of 103 at 33 address. Yada. All right, whatever. Cool. All right, so what's the whale got? In each of the new addresses, 800 ETH was deposited into a deposit contract. 25 deposits at 32 ETH. What? 25 deposits at 32 ETH? That's 25 validators? The remaining 10 ETH was sent to cover gas costs, and once the deposit has finished, the leftover 9.86 ETH in each address was sent to a common address. These funds were eventually sent to a deposit contract. Damn. See, this is what I was saying. And I'm going to go a little bit on a tangent again. I'm sorry about this, guys. So basically what this article is saying here is people are betting big on ETH 2.0 and locking up their funds / becoming validators / moving stuff around to kind of hold that ETH, which is going to lessen the supply, right? Because more people that have their Ethereum locked up in ETH 2.0, knowing that it's not going to be out to end of next year, probably whatever longer than that, they're betting big on ETH. They're betting that, yeah, ETH is going to be here to stay. It's sticking around. I'm all in. That's a bold statement, in my opinion. Not to mention, which you guys got to hang out for my video on Monday. Make sure you check that out. It's my series, Most Profitable Crypto to Mine. That'll be out Monday. I talk about in that video what's happening on August 4th. Now, there's a certain block height, but around August 4th, we're going to have EIP 1559 happen, right? So that may impact profits in some way. It's not going to lower gas, and we did a whole discussion about this, had a discussion with Tim Bicos and so on and so forth. But we got to see how Ethereum pans out. But people are betting big that Ethereum's here to stay, and that big things are coming for the Ethereum network as it moves to proof of stake. So keep an eye on that. We'll have to see what's going on. Somebody tagged me here. No, Richard, no NOS. So actually my NOS was in the fridge. I could go get it right now, but I have a nice warm cup of coffee. And I welcome you to join me with a caffeinated beverage if you do drink caffeine. I'm not sure where you live or what time it is where it is, but if you're drinking alcohol, please drink responsibly. And yeah, caffeine and crypto, that's what it's all about. Wake up in the morning, get some caffeine, get some crypto. No, it's really my wallets. That was me doing all that deposits. Yeah. That's why I'm sitting in my bedroom making a live stream right now. No. I wish. Israel says it's targeting, and now no, hang on. Let me make a statement, guys. This is a very iffy subject or touchy subject. I'm not going to talk sides, pick sides. I hate politics. But I just wanted to point this out. Israel says it's targeting Hamas cryptocurrency accounts. All right, so in this photo, we see the Israel Defense Minister Benny Gantz speak during a bilateral meeting with the Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin at the Pentagon in Washington. Israel says Thursday, July 8th, it will begin seizing cryptocurrency accounts used by the Palestinian Hamas group to raise money for its armed wing. Gantz ordered security forces to seize the accounts after a joint operation. Now, again, I know this is a touchy subject. I know this is. I'm going to be very careful. Okay. What if, right, whenever a government like this starts being like, yeah, we got to seize these accounts because they're associated with bad activity, blah, 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 blah. What if Israel starts seizing accounts, cryptocurrency accounts, that aren't associated with XYZ group just because they can say under the cloak or the documentation or whatever it was seized because, you know, they're part of this group or that group. But what if they do and they're not? They're just regular citizens that have been trying to stack those sats, earn that crypto because they're trying to make increase their wealth and build something for their family. That would be really crappy. And I'm not saying that these guys are known for doing stuff like that, but yeah, okay. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I understand you're trying to stop because you call them terrorists. I understand that you're trying to stop them, but at the same time, don't abuse those powers. Like, for example, when Chuck Schumer started going after Silk Road, the consensus was if you did any transactions on Silk Road for good things or bad things or regular things, you were probably going to get caught in some form of fashion. That was the consensus then, right? Because Bitcoin is not a privacy coin. They can track it down. The government can backtrack, almost cursed there, can backtrack transactions and find your address. And then if that address was used on an exchange of some type, which is KYC, they can obviously find you. So they can find you with Bitcoin. So with Silk Road, when Chuck Schumer and everything started coming down and Silk Road was taken down, the consensus was, oh crap, they're coming after us. Did my stream just drop? I just lost like a bunch of people all of a sudden. I'm not sure if my stream dropped. Anyways, that's my concern here as well, is it being misused and just getting normal individuals who have been stacking them sats and trying to build their wealth. But we have to see. So let's see here. Uncovered a web of electronic wallets used by Hamas to raise funds using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And then once you take over these funds, right? So like the situation in our own countries where the government seizes a mining facility or seizes wallets and stuff like that. What do you do with those funds? Do they go into your defense budget? Do they go into your police budget? Like, what is it? What do you do with it, right? Has anybody ever paid attention to that, right? When somebody's wallet is seized and you say that person is bad, and we follow the transaction and you're over here spending it on stupid crap, well, how does that make you any better? So I don't know. It's an iffy situation. I'm being very vague because I do not want to discourage anybody. I love everybody, all races, creeds, sexes. I just respect throughout, and I'm concerned that it's going to be abused in some form or fashion. Now, I don't want wow, I can't believe I forgot it. I don't want... Really? How did I forget it? All right, let's just move on. Just disregard everything I was trying to say there. I was trying to say the agency that Ziva worked for, what you called them, what their group was called. Ziva from NCIS. I didn't want Ziva to bust in my window and take me out right now. That's what I was trying to say. Anyways, Square is going to make hardware wallet for Bitcoin. Now, Square is the baby child of Jack Dorsey, who also runs, well, Twitter, or the CEO of Twitter. And they're planning on making a hardware wallet. Now, it's pretty cool because if Cash App can kind of integrate with that hardware wallet, that'll make things a lot easier. Now, Cash App does have better privacy than some of the other wallet operations or wallet choices that I've seen. For example, Venmo, which allows people to see things in too much detail sometimes. I'm sorry, I was reading a comment. I agree with that comment. I'm not going to read it out loud, but I kind of agree with that comment. Not every aspect, but I agree. So Square is going to be making a hardware wallet for Bitcoin. The company's hardware lead, Jesse, announced on Thursday. CEO Jack Dorsey, who is also the CEO of Twitter, had said in a tweet storm, naturally, of course it's a tweet storm, the company was considering making one, and now Square has made the decision to move forward. We have decided to build a hardware wallet and a service to make Bitcoin custody more mainstream. But why don't you add more assets like Ethereum? Come on, Jack. Let's go. We'll continue to ask and answer questions in the open. This community's response to our thread about this project has been awesome, encouraging, generous, collaborative, and inspiring. Dorsey has made no secret of his interest in Bitcoin. Duh. And we shall see a Square's Cash App, possibly hardware wallet Whoa, hardware wallet won't be Square's first cryptocurrency-focused product. Yeah, we know that. All right. So wouldn't it be cool if you go to your Cash App and you can connect your hardware wallet? And it would be nice if I could integrate it with my Ledger or something like that. But you got your hardware wallet, and then you could get your funds off of this, right? Like, you don't always want to keep all your funds in a centralized place, exchange or otherwise, because what happens if that exchange or centralized place gets hacked in some form or fashion? Well, then you're SOL, and they're all like, oh, well, we're trying to get your money back, but we don't know if we can. Sometimes they do, or sometimes they have like backup funds that they're going to have to pay you out of, like NiceHash did with a partnership with Coinbase, in case you guys didn't really know what that was. All those funds that were paid back were through a partnership with Coinbase, which is why the Coinbase deposits are free. So, back to Elon. Good old favorite Elon. The Tesla billionaire Elon Musk, who repeatedly backed Dogecoin over Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies in recent months, has again gone for BAT in the meme-based cryptocurrency. So this is an update on today at 5:30 in the morning. Musk followed up with his earlier tweets with the further details of how he sees Dogecoin eventually competing with the likes of payments giants Visa. Again, is he even talking with the guys from Dogecoin? Block size and frequency should steadily increase to match broadly. Well, Ivan, I thank you for the donation, bud, but you really shouldn't post that like that. I appreciate it, though. Let's take a look. So I just had Ivan ask a question in live chat, and we're gonna go check it out. The question is, can you look at this ETH address on Ethermine and explain how one device can do 660 gigahash? It may not be one device, right? You see how it says default? So if you run the Ethermine default batch file, right, and the only thing you change is your wallet address, right, and the server that you want to connect to, but you leave everything else alone, that will be default. Like when I start my 6800 XT, the only thing I changed was the wallet address and the server that I'm connecting to, and it shows up on mine as default. Matter of fact, let's go back. You see how default's offline right now? That's the 6700 XT, or 6800 XT. So it may not be, whoops. It may not be, let me go back to YouTube Studio. It may not be one device, but let's see here. It may be a bunch of them, and it's just that they just left the default on there and just started mining. So it could be a whole bunch of devices, maybe a farm, 663 gigahash. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of hash rate. I mean, let's look at the daily earnings. Look at that. So, daily earnings, 18 ETH a day. That's $40,000 a day, or 1.17 BTC a day. So it's a farm. By no doubt, it's a farm. But how? Yeah. So it's just, they probably set the default batch file, just updated the address and the server that they're connecting to, and they're just farming away. It could be ASICs. I don't know. Could it be ASICs? Anybody in the live chat want to chime in on this? How can we get 663? Is my synopsis or my understanding of what I'm explaining to Ivan here correct? Because again, default is just like default batch file. The only thing you change is your wallet and your server. But that's pretty crazy. Let's see here. How much is this in US dollars? Holy crap. Almost $280,000 a week. I want this. Is this not your normal miner? Jeez Louise, man. That is a lot. That is a lot. What the heck was that? I must have clicked an ad. Alright, so anyways, going back to Muskie here. he's trying to push Dogecoin to be something that it really can't, and I don't really know that he's talking to the actual devs of Dogecoin. Remember, the Dogecoin devs said themselves, like, no, he hasn't talked to us, so I don't understand it. Block size and frequency should steadily increase to match broadly available bandwidth. Musk replied to Tesla fan account asking whether Dogecoin transactions per second would have to reach the speed of Visa to be really useful. It won't need to reach the Visa speed, he says, as a regulated exchange will act as de facto second layer. But the perfect should not be the enemy of the good. It's still good to increase base layer transaction speed and lower base layer transaction costs. So Musk, the self-proclaiming techno king of Tesla, who also once voted Dogecoin CEO in the tongue-in-cheek Twitter poll, warned over limitations he sees with Bitcoin and Ethereum, branding them slow with high costs. He goes on to say there's merit, in his opinion, to Doge maximizing base layer transaction rate and minimizing transaction costs with exchanges acting as the de facto second layer. So you want the exchanges to act as a second layer, okay? Bitcoin and Ethereum are pursuing multi-layer transaction systems, but base layer transaction rate is slow and transaction cost is high. The hope is that Bitcoin, via its payments-focused Lightning Network and recent upgrade called Taproot, will be able to resolve some of its scaling issues, while Ethereum, the second largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin, is in the midst of a long-awaited upgrade that's not expected to be completed for years. So anyways, the point being is Musk is still trying to push this damn thing. And, you know, he's got a cult following, and the Doge community is all about it and all for him, but I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. Like, he talked crap about Bitcoin using electricity and stuff like that to mine cryptocurrencies, but Dogecoin is the same way, right? Am I tripping here? Isn't Dogecoin a proof of work chain too, and you gotta mine it? So, like, I don't understand why he keeps trying to push it. And on top of that, again, as I recall, he's not talking to the devs directly. He's just talking out of his ass. Excuse my language, but come on, man, stop. And he messes with money too. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's go check something real quick. Did Dogecoin pump when he did that tweet? Let's find out. When did he do that tweet? $5:20 a.m. So where's the original one? Okay. All right. Here we go. I think it was actually before this. I think it was on July 8th, to be honest. Yeah, so it pumped a little bit, right? So Dogecoin dropped to 19,455, pumped up to 22,916, and then now we're dropping back down. Because I really don't see, I don't know, man. I really don't see Dogecoin taking over as a top crypto. I really don't. I'm sorry, guys. I know there's a lot of Doge. I have some Doge. I just don't see it being possible. I don't see it really doing it. Let me see the chat here. Giant Fat Farm, okay, if we have the same name on several devices, it will display as the same. Yeah. So if you have this, if you don't add a device name, matter of fact, let's look at that right now. I'm gonna go to my Phoenix Miner application, and I'm gonna show you what I'm rocking. If you guys want to copy my wallet address and start mining to it, go for it. I don't care. Have fun with it. But the point being is, you need to add a worker name. So I tried pass XSF1, but it doesn't work. How do we add a worker name, actually? Every miner is different. Let me see if I can find it. Isn't it dot after your wallet address? Let's see. So it's I didn't add worker by adding -worker. So if I don't add a worker by doing -worker, from what I'm reading here, mining pool hub, Nice hash. ETH pool. Ethermine. No, it is dot worker name. Okay. So it depends on the pool. It depends on the pool. Some pools is dash worker. For Ethermine, it would be dot after your wallet address. You know, this is my miner. And then that worker name would show up at the pool. And if you don't do that, it will always be default. So this individual just basically updated, probably created one batch file with the address and pool and everything, and just simply, you know, threw it out there. Just, there you go. And that's why it's showing as default for everything. All right, so let's see here. Wonder why their power bill is high. I would love to know the electric bill of that farm. Yeah, me too. Elon Musk just manipulated the market. He is. Come on, Elon. Pump the Shiba. Well, speaking of Shiba. Shiba. Where's it at right now? Yeah, that's SHIB right there. There you go, guys. Have fun with that. I just don't understand meme coins. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just don't understand meme coins. They don't bring me any tangible benefit. I think there's a possibility that it will in the future, depending on upgrades, because maybe SHIB is the one cryptocurrency or meme coin that's going to have real-world uses and upgrades because the developers are trying to update. They're making a scarce supply, high-demand situation with a lot of updates. So we'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, moving on. TikTok bans influencers from promoting cryptocurrencies. Now, the reason I want to bring this up, guys, is because if you haven't noticed already, one of our community members, Rabid Mining's channel actually has been taken down when pushing to gain additional information as to why they're not responding to me or anybody else in the cryptocurrency community, trying to identify, okay, we follow your guidelines, but what is it specifically that caused his channel to get taken down? Because we need to understand the problem for us to fix it. If you don't tell us what the problem was, we can't fix it. They won't respond to him. They won't give him a definitive answer, and it's kind of impacting. So this isn't just on TikTok. And it doesn't matter if you're a big channel, medium channel, or small channel. Big channels are also getting impacted. There's something going on with the algorithm that's flagging these accounts and then being taken down. Now, it is up to a human being with actual human eyes and thought to go in there and verify if what the algo did is correct. But sometimes that takes a while to get reviewed, and when it does get reviewed, they're going to be like, oh, well, it's correct. It's good. They did the right thing. No, wait. No. The problem is this is people's livelihoods. Now, I understand TikTok, to me, is kind of like a banter / place to go shill stuff. But it's a trend, okay? It's a trend on social media platforms where if you're promoting something, a cryptocurrency project, a crypto token, a DEX, an exchange, you might get in trouble. You might get your account banned. So the widely popular social media app TikTok has updated its branding content policy to ban touting financial services, which include cryptocurrencies. Social media giant TikTok has also taken drastic steps toward not only banning cryptocurrency influencers on its platform, but all creators promoting financial services, according to the Daily Mail. These include, but are not limited to, cryptocurrencies, buy now, pay later companies, loans, credit cards, and forex companies. According to the report, the move is directly aimed at putting a stop to the worrying trend of high-risk investments being touted on social media. Many of these unsuitable high-risk investments are nothing more than various fraud, scams, or schemes, which you will see in the comments of this video after it goes live, after the live stream's over and it's published. You're going to see people in there talking about, hit me up on Telegram, WhatsApp, this and that, hacker noon, hacker this, hacker that. It's freaking ridiculous and it drives me up the wall. We can't get it all. We can't, okay? And I'm a small channel and I can't keep up with it. And you're expecting somebody with 100K plus subs to be able to keep up with all these scams, bots? How? If you can't do it, and you're the YouTube algorithm master, if you can't do it automatically, how do you expect us to do it? We go in there, we clean up, we remove them, we hide them. They just create new accounts. They keep coming back. It's so hard. But what happens is, and I asked this question specifically because I've seen a number of people creating accounts with my same name but a little bit different, my same profile picture, saying, yo, hit me up, pretending to be me and trying to get people in the community like you to reach out and send them money. What happens when that happens too many times with my name or so-called name, again, various differences in it, I get blocked because of their actions? I get banned because of their actions? That's not right. I can't stop them from creating an account. And you can't stop, like, you should be able to allow people to verify, even if they're a small channel, YouTube. You should be, like, we shouldn't have to be X amount subs, X amount hours, X amount this to be verified. I want to get verified so that way there's a nice check mark next to my name, kind of like what's on Twitter, so that way people know, hey, this isn't the real Serpent. This is some other bot scammer trying to get me to do something. But yeah, it's continuing on. It's trending throughout social media. And let me move on because my tangents are making people leave. So, Ukrainian law enforcement raids illegal mining farm with GPUs and PlayStations? Okay, let's find out what this is. So, Ukrainian law enforcement shut down a major crypto mining farm. The Security Service of Ukraine, SSU, said Thursday. According to the official report, the miners occupied a utility room at a local electricity provider in the town of Vinnytsia, southeast of Kiev, and illegally plugged into the power grid. Entire blocks of Vinnytsia could have been left without power, said the SSU. The law enforcement seized 5,000 units of hardware, including 380,000 PlayStations, 500 GPUs, 50 CPUs, documents, notepads, phones, flash drives. According to the report, authorities are now trying to identify the people involved in the mining farm, possibly including the staff of the electricity provider. Ooh. Interesting. Early in July, the SSU shut down a smaller farm in Chernihiv region containing 150 ASICs. Nice. Not nice, but nice. So yeah, here we go. What happens when you raid somebody? Like, I know, like, when you do a raid and you get drugs, right? They just put the drugs in the lock bin or in holding or whatever. They do their court case and stuff like that. Do they just dump it out? No, of course not. We're not stupid. We know the law enforcement's out there freaking reselling those drugs back into the black market so they can make their money, so they can pay for the apartment. So what happens with this? What happens with the hardware? Does it get shredded, destroyed? No. Recycled? No. It gets sold back into the supply. Somebody somewhere has to do a dirty job off the books, and I want some of them. So send me some of those GPUs. I'll be more than happy to take it. It's perfectly legal mining here. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. Don't worry about Ukrainians. I got you. So let's get ready to wrap up here. Right now we're looking at my launcher ID on Spacepool. I'm not sure if I should be showing you this, but this is what I'm currently making, at least unpaid wise. I'm making 0.000877. That's my unpaid balance. I'm averaging about 0.008% of round share, and this is how much I got paid recently. So it's not too terrible, but I don't have that many plots, and I'm working on more and more plots. So we'll have to see how things pan out and what things go on and stuff like that. But yeah, so this is Spacepool. I already did some videos on Chia about it and how to connect your Chia wallet. So it's pretty cool. You have to check it out. What's up, hon? Okay, love you. Thank you, Richard Todd, for the $10 donation as I was talking to my wife. Appreciate that. So, I think Red Panda Mining is coming on next. Let's see here. Red Panda Mining, where you at? Yeah, see, here's Rabid Mining, and this is his new channel. Let me help him out real quick. Hang on. Whoa. Like, all right. So here's his new channel. He lost all his subscribers. He's starting from scratch, and YouTube is not being very helpful whatsoever. I don't know why. It makes no sense to me. But anyways, yeah. Check him out. If you guys were subscribed to him, that's his new channel. If you guys weren't subscribed to him, please show him some love. Let him know Serpent sent you. Red, are you going live now? No, he's going live at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. my time. Yeah, that's right, because it's 12 p.m. Pacific. I'm an idiot. All right, so Red Panda Mining isn't going live till later because I'm silly like that and I forgot about time. If you guys haven't checked out my channel and you're new, thank you for stopping by. I have various content. I don't just cover crypto. I do cover other tech stuff. I know a lot of it is crypto related, but yeah, I greatly appreciate it if you shared any of my videos with your friends, family members, or otherwise. It helps the channel out as well. There's links down below for recommended hardware. Unfortunately, right now, the prices are ridiculous, but hang in there. Things will get better over time. We'll have to see what's going on. But my past 2 videos recently regarding Chia was how to connect to Space Pool, which I really like, and how to use Mad Max to plot with the new NFT plots. So it's very interesting to me, and I love tweaking with this stuff. I'm not growing or expanding my hard drives or hard disk space any more than what it currently is. But you guys should check it out. If you already have the storage and you're not doing anything, then just go for it. I wouldn't recommend spending thousands of dollars on hardware and stuff like that. And we covered, you know, what drives. Like, if you haven't paid attention to the channel, you guys really should. Check out the Chia content, because I warn about NVMe drives, consumer grade versus enterprise, yada, yada, yada. So it's definitely eye-opening. So I hope you guys have yourself a wonderful day. Hopefully the crypto market can pick up. We did go up to 33, though. Hang on one second. Were we at 33 at the beginning of the stream? I could have swore we were at 32. No, we were at 33. So we're sitting around 33. Hopefully the crypto market can pick up. We need to get off of this slump, get out of here. And don't forget about the Aeon Poker Tournament coming up at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Mountain, and 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Richard, I agree. I'm not going to read your comment out loud, but people can see it. I agree. I 100%. And I think some of the people on their channel has been coming over to my videos and hitting the dislike button on purpose. Just because I mentioned him or talked about him, I think I'm getting the dislike. It's okay. It's all good. The main thing is that I'm showing people how to connect, how to do this, how to do that. It's just helpful guide. So yeah. Yeah, it would be nice if B&B went up, crypto world. Right now it's just a matter of I'm providing liquidity on the Pancake network between BNB and Cake. So hopefully things will pop off and we'll see how things go there. What is this super green one right here? STX. Up 16%. Block stack. Alrighty then. Anything else super green? Nothing, none of the major ones. Nope. Alright. So I'll let you guys go. Don't forget about the Aeon Poker Tournament. Make sure you sign up. I'll set the link in the description. And we'll see how things go. I'll be there. I don't know for how long, but if you want to come knock me out, come knock me out. You guys have yourself a wonderful day. Don't forget that at least this episode of Caffeine and Crypto has been sponsored by Dogelord.com. Not wearing any of the merch today, but there's plenty of great content creators on there selling their merch. Make sure you show them some love and support. And if you click the link in the descriptions or any of the links in the description, it does support the channel. Take care of yourselves. I'll catch you next one, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.